It has been more than 13 years since 37-year-old housewife and mother Lisa Michelle Stebic vanished without a trace. I am driving in Plainfield, Illinois, a town 30 miles southwest of Chicago, and I'm heading towards the home where Lisa Stebic was last seen. On April 30th, 2007, Lisa supposedly left her house at 6 p.m. to go to the local high school to exercise. Craig Stebic, Lisa's husband, claims she heard her leave when he was working in the backyard. It was suspected that a friend picked her up at the house or she took a walk since her car was still in the garage. Her cell phone and purse was thought to be with her. She never returned home, and Craig didn't report her missing until a neighbor called police to report her missing the next day on May 1st, 2007. I'm taking a drive to Plainfield North High School where Lisa worked out every night. She always drove since the school was a few miles away. Nobody saw her working out at that school at the time she was supposed to be there. The drive to the school took about 3 minutes from her home by car. If she walked there, it would have taken at least an hour, but no one saw her walking or being at or near the school. Earlier that day, Lisa went to work as usual. After work, she picked up her two kids from the school they attended and drove them home at around 4 p.m. Now, what happened between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. when Lisa left to work out is a mystery. What can be confirmed is that Craig told his kids to go out and buy candy and not be back until 6:30 p.m. So the last person to see Lisa alive was her husband Craig Stebic. So what happened to Lisa? Was she abducted? Did she leave her family to start a new life? Or did Craig kill her and dispose of her body? Now let's delve into Craig's and Lisa's marriage. They got married on April 6, 1993. Their daughter Alexis Lexi Stebic was born in 1995, followed by their son Zachary Stebic in 1996. After the kids were born, their marriage started falling apart. Craig became controlling, mean, and abusive towards Lisa. They argued constantly, even went through extended periods where they refused to speak to one another. Also, Craig hunted, so he owned lots of guns. Craig always kept weapons, such as hunting rifles, in the house. In 1995, he was charged with 2 counts of unlawful use of a weapon after being pulled over by police within 1,000 feet of 2 schools. Several weapons were recovered from his vehicle, including a pistol, a shotgun, and 2 assault rifles. Craig controlled everything that Lisa did, and if she didn't do what Craig ordered, he would be mentally and verbally cruel to her. A year before her disappearance, the police were called at their house after a domestic fight, but no arrests were made. Just a few months before Lisa Stebic's disappearance, Craig filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. According to family and friends, the pair had already become estranged despite continuing to live under the same roof. Pending the divorce, Craig and Lisa lived separate lives, which meant they didn't speak or sleep with each other. It is important to know that on the same day she went missing, Lisa previously contacted her lawyer to have Craig removed from the house, citing that he was cruel, inconsiderate, domineering, and verbally abusive towards her. She was mainly concerned about the well being of her kids and how Craig's behavior was affecting them. Lexi was 12 and Zachary was 10 at the time. Craig claimed that he knew nothing about the petition. Friends and family also confirmed that Lisa feared her husband. By the end of their marriage, she was sleeping on the living room couch with a duffel bag packed with essential belongings in case she and the kids needed to make a quick getaway. The next day, May 1st, 2007, Craig realized that his wife hadn't come home from her workout the night before. He called her workplace to see if she had reported to work. She hadn't. He then called the next door neighbor, who was a good friend of Lisa's, and asked if she had heard from her at all. The neighbor said that she hadn't seen Lisa since the day before and had no idea where she was. Worried about that something happened to Lisa, the neighbor called the police to report her as a missing person. Since the couple had dealt with domestic disputes in the past, Lisa had reportedly told his neighbor to contact the police in the event something should happen to her. What's even odder than that is Craig's behavior throughout the entire investigation. He didn't seem very worried about the whereabouts of his strange wife at all, and even went about his day as he normally would. At first, Craig seemed like he was going to cooperate with the police investigation. He even voluntarily handed over the family computer to them so they could examine its contents and submit it as evidence. Hundreds of police volunteered their time to hand out missing persons flyers with Lisa's name and police contact information. During this entire investigation, Craig was not very cooperative with the police, the media, even forbade his children from talking to friends, family, and the police. So the investigation was pretty much in a standstill. They couldn't get anything from Craig because he wouldn't refuse to take a polygraph test. He just basically did not want to be involved with her search. And the police teamed up with the FBI and did a thorough search of the Stebic's home looking for evidence. They even searched their cars, computers, what have you, and there was a tarp that was found in Craig's truck that had blood on it, and he told them that's deer blood from an animal from his hunting. The police tested the blood, and it was matched with Lisa's DNA. Following this shocking discovery, Craig filed for sole custody of his children, but he was denied. He also petitioned to have his divorce papers dismissed, and this was granted. As a direct result of Craig's evasiveness and the fact that he would allow investigators to interview his children, the Plainfield Police Department named Craig as the sole person of interest in the case of his missing wife. They believe that his lack of cooperation has severely hindered the investigation from moving forward. His actions don't appear to match those of a person who has nothing to hide, and the explicable bloodstains on the tarp in his truck certainly don't help the case against him. There has been no activity on Lisa's credit card or cell phone or any reported contacts with anyone. As a doting mother, it would be impossible for her to leave her children to start a new life. All persons of interest were accounted for. This really all falls down to Craig. And since he won't cooperate, it would take someone that knows something or that possibly her body would be found. It is unlikely she left on her own accord. Craig Stebic knows what happened to her.